This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
What is up, friends? Good morning, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, to your vitality, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, rosacea, eczema, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about prescription drugs, medications, nutritional supplements, health conditions, you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. We welcome your calls on The Bright Side at 855-660-4261. If you've got a frustrating health challenge or a loved one has a frustrating health challenge that they can't seem to get their handle on, we can help them. 855-660-4261 is our call-in number, and we welcome success stories. Or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261 is our phone number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on The Bright Side, or you hear advertised on The Bright Side, you can call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about joining the team, the Bright Side Ben team, for a one-time $10 fee. You can help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. I can help you build your business. We can do three-way phone calls with your customers. I can come out and do presentations for you. They can tell you all about it at 866-735-2470. That's the Brightside Ben phone team phone number. Or you can click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. We also have a shopping cart up with all the longevity products. And I also want to encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. For you guys interested in skincare, I've been doing a YouTube video series. I'll be continuing to do a YouTube video series with my friend Amanda Rideout. If you're interested in getting links, weekly links to that, you can send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and we'll forward you the links. You can also go over to my Facebook page, The Truth with Ben. It's a little hard to find, so you may have to just search Facebook and then The Truth with Ben, and then maybe Ben Fuchs or something along those lines. And we do post all the YouTube videos, and as well as various articles that I write about skincare. Some of you may know I've been in the skincare business for many years, and I've been formulating skincare products for, since 1983. That's going on 31 years now. So I know a thing or two about skincare formulations. In fact, I know a lot about how the sausage is made, so to speak, in your skincare products, and it ain't very pretty. So if you're interested in learning about ingredients or formulations or skin health issues or skincare products, how to best exploit your skincare products, check out my YouTube videos. You can either send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and I'll send you links, or you can go over to my Facebook page, The Truth with Ben, and you may have to search that on Google. Okay, tomorrow we're going to talk to one of my all-time favorite nutritionists, Ori Hofmeckler. And he's got a couple of books, one, The Anti-Estrogenic Diet, and he's got a book that's out now. It's in its second edition called The Warrior Diet, and this is really a go-to book on how to use and how to exploit a lot of the ideas that we talk about here on The Bright Side. And it's a spectacular book. I'm telling you, I've read a lot of crapola nutrition books. I mean, I would have to say 99% of the nutrition stuff that's out there is crapola. Even nutritionists and dietitians and certainly medical professionals write crapola nutrition books. And when I say crapola, I mean they fly in the face of biochemistry. They're not biochemistry. But this guy, Ori Hofmeckler, he gets it. And if you're really interested in cutting to the chase and really understanding how to exploit and leverage nutrition, check out the Warrior Diet, check out the anti-estrogenic diet, and check out our interview with Ori Hofmeckler, Hofmeckler, tomorrow on the Bright Side. Okay, we're talking SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, and subsequent blood poisoning. This is the key, friends, blood poisoning. If you want to really get to the very core of why we're dealing with our degenerative disease crisis, where 80% of our healthcare dollars, nearly $1 trillion in healthcare, is being spent on degenerative disease, which is really disease that does not have to occur, lifestyle-based disease. If you want to cut to the chase, if you want to just get to the core of it, you're going to be seeing blood poisoning. Doctors will tell you blood poisoning, which is called sepsis, is an emergency, life-threatening, and you end up in the hospital, only occurs before you die. I'm telling you that's not true. There is blood poisoning that occurs on a continuum. It occurs gradually. So before it goes into full-blown emergency, death-defying blood poisoning, it's gradually building up. And one of the ways it starts is with small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO. Bacteria start to proliferate in the small intestine. They emit gases, and those gases and their waste material eventually get into the blood. The blood then defends itself. Remember, the blood is the holy of holies. It's the sacred space. Nothing is supposed to get into the blood. Think about it. The blood is circulating to every single cell in the body. If anything gets into the blood, every single one of the 100 trillion cells in the body can become compromised. That's a big problem. So over the course of millions of years of evolution, the blood has developed these immune mechanisms, these defense mechanisms, and chief among these defense mechanisms is the clotting system. When the blood clots, or when the blood is attacked by toxicity, it will clot. And at the same time, it will send major stress emergency signals to the brain. You may not have noticed this, but pharmaceutical companies have. Blood clotting is big business. Blood clotting is big dollars. For years, Coumadin, or warfarin as it's called, was a top 20 drug. Today they've got high-tech versions of Coumadin and warfarin, and nighttime television and daytime television is bombarded with commercials for these drugs. Pradaxa and Xarelto, these supposedly safer than warfarin drugs. They're not safer than warfarin. You may not need to have your blood tested like you do with warfarin, but they're still deadly and toxic. That's why Boehringer Ingelheim, the makers of Pradaxa, paid over $600 billion to settle thousands of Pradaxa lawsuits. Are you on Pradaxa? Do you want to be a part of a class action lawsuit or part of a lawsuit against Boehringer Ingelheim? Because that's what you're setting yourself up for. And then, by the way, Boehringer Ingelheim has paid over $600 billion, nearly. Can you imagine this? $600 billion. Can that be right? I don't even know. That can't be right. That's got to be $600 million. I'm going to have to look that up. Let me look that up while I'm on here. In any case, the drug has only been out since, $600 million. The blood has only been out since 2008. It's a 6-year-old drug, and already they're spending millions of dollars, $600 million in lawsuits. Why? Because blood clotting is serious business. I'm sorry, $600 million, not $1 billion. $600 million. That's half a billion, half a B. And that's as of February 2014. Pradaxa has only been out for 6 years. Can you imagine this? When the blood wants to clot, that is serious business, and you're not supposed to mess with blood clotting. Blood clotting is tightly regulated. There's dozens of different steps that are involved, and you don't want to mess around with this. Blood clotting is a sign of emergency. You don't want to thin the blood artificially, pharmacologically, by poisoning the blood thinning or blood clotting system. This is danger, Will Robinson. If you want to stay off blood thinners, figure out why the blood is toxic. Figure out what the emergency is. Why do you think blood clots? Why do you think they give you blood thinners after surgery? Routinely. And they'll tell you to stay on it for 6 months. Why? Because when you get cut into in a surgical procedure, your body thinks it's about to die. And when your body thinks it's about to die, it doesn't know it's in an operating room and it's having a surgical procedure done. It thinks it's being eaten by a tiger. So it will clot the blood. Clotting blood is a sign of an emergency, a major emergency. What does that tell you? If you got blood clotting issues, you got to figure out what that emergency is. And unless you've been in a surgical procedure, probably it has something to do with toxicity in the blood. Hang tight. We'll finish this up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 855-660-4261 is our call-in number. We'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Many Americans suffer from poor digestion, which can adversely affect their health.
For you guys who have digestive issues, glutathione is amazingly important for inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, stomach cancer. The glands of the stomach produce lots of glutathione. So glutathione's got multiple roles to play, and one of the best ways to upregulate, to make more glutathione, is to take the building blocks, glycine being one of the most important of the building blocks for making glutathione. Your ultimate enzymes contain something called trimethylglycine. We know it as betaine. We talk about betaine as an important ingredient for acidification, for keeping the pH of the stomach nice and low. But betaine can also help you make glutathione.
Help your body build glutathione. Order Ultimate Enzymes by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
You're listening to GCN, proudly sponsored by UnseenNow.com. Lock down your digital life at UnseenNow.com. This is GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central. This is the show where we cut to the chase, the truth about nutrition, the truth about health. The good news, I call the program The Bright Side, because it is the good news about health and nutrition that says whatever your health challenge is, you can reverse it. You can turn it around. This is a show for people who want to understand health, who want to understand the body. I'm not just giving you my opinions here. We really get down and dirty. Sometimes I get technical, I know, and I got radio folks telling